Welcome to the Transfer Exchange Show. We are live and we're joined by Garth, the man of the moment, the top guest. Round of applause for Manchester United, because there we go.
My boys shone so much yesterday that, you know what I mean? I got a little glare in my eyes today. So.
It's been a long night, mate. It's been a long night. A lot of celebrating, a lot of emotions. A lot of emotions went on yesterday. Look, yesterday I saw more Arsenal fans cheering for Manchester United than I've ever seen in my life. And I'm not ashamed of it. Because, look, Arsenal and Man United have been through a lot together, yeah? They had this level of respect for each other. So when you get these other ones come in and sort of join the game and talk a lot, yeah, stand on the sidelines a bit like, it's not how it used to be. It's not how a rivalry used to be. like Ferguson and Wenger was a rivalry. Pep and Klopp.
Nah, that was a friendship.
Yeah,
it's a friendship.
You know what I mean? It's like, it's not really a rivalry. And
mate, we're just Arsenal fans either. I saw Newcastle fans, obviously, because of what Liverpool did with Isaac. Like, they were all like, I've never seen a Newcastle fan trying, like, hoping Man United would win. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I saw Arsenal fans, I saw Chelsea fans. Liverpool, not well liked.
We've spoken about it a lot recently. Liverpool, and look, there are all Liverpool fans out there. Not all Liverpool fans out there, but a lot of them. Yeah, how do I put this? Liverpool fans have not been the nicest to Arsenal, Man United, and pretty much everyone. They're their own worst enemy. They make enemies. They make enemies in the mirror, and it's got to the point where everyone's realised that we're all mutual enemies of Liverpool. So, and I think we found out properly yesterday, because the amount of people cheering was epic. Was epic. What a weekend it was for Arsenal fans. A second weekend, a second generational hate watch when Liverpool lost. This time it was to Manchester United at Anfield, and what a game it was. Harry Maguire, the hero in the end. Who would have thought that 2-3 years on from conversations we've been having about Harry Maguire needs to go, take the West Ham job, take the West Ham gig, take less money. Come on, do us a favour. We don't need you. Lose your captaincy. Sit on the bench. Wait your time. He comes back again and again and again. Europa League last season. Game against Liverpool this season. This man deserves a little bit more respect on his name.
Listen, respect, yeah. Look, he's coming in, Mr. Clutch, recently in a few places. I, for one, always said I thought the captaincy was ridiculous, putting it on him 6 months in as a Man United. I'm not one of the that might be an old school thing, but I think you need to be around the club for a couple of years before you start wearing the armband. I'm also someone that I'm not someone who thinks the captain armband matters loads, but it is pressure. There is no two ways about it when your team's faltering. When the team isn't doing very well, eyes are on you.
There's someone else to blame and point the finger at. You need to have big balls.
Yeah, but listen, I've said this recently over the last year or so. I respect the man for how he's conducted himself. I was one of the people definitely saying he should leave. I'm still in that camp. I mean, there's talk of him giving him a new contract. I'm like, nah, listen, he's done what he needs to do. Like, he's still got his frailties. I'm not, just because he scored a few clutch goals over the last 18 months, I'm not going to start acting like I want him in my defence. I don't. I don't. Like, and that might seem harsh after he scored a winner at Anfield, but yeah, he's not good enough. But yeah, look, Mr. Clutch, and like I say, all I can say is I have a massive respect for the way that he's conducted himself since being stripped of the captaincy. I'm also someone that always says, look, I said join West Ham as well, but bottom line is he's got a contract. And if he wants to stay and play out that contract, fair enough. We shouldn't begrudge him the fact that he doesn't want to take a pay cut. I find it one of those weird football fan entitlement things where it's like, well, leave. You want too much money. No. You wouldn't leave. Like you wouldn't take
I hate
100
that.
grand.
I hate
You
that.
wouldn't take 100 grand pay cut to go somewhere else because your boss don't like you or the people you work with don't like
Honestly,
you.
some of the things that football fans will say, take a pay cut. Yeah, but they're talking about he's paying for 350 grand a week. They're talking about paying him 150, mate. It's like, he doesn't need the money. No. This is not us. This is not us going from the job we're in now and then them going, okay, we were going to give you 350 grand, but we're going to give you 150 a week. And you're like, go on, I'll take it. It's not that, mate. Your lifestyle's changed. Your world has changed completely. Your mortgage has changed. Everything has changed. And then all of a sudden you want to take 200 grand a week off. No, mate. Your agent's going to have things to say. Your accountant's going to have things to say. Your missus is going to have a lot to say. Like, good luck with that one, mate. Good luck with that one.
All of your miscellaneous costs, like you say, you don't know what their family life is like. Obviously, a lot of Southern European and African players, they support their entire family with their wages because it's a different culture in those countries. You know what I mean? You look after the one who earns the most money, looks after the entire. I know, obviously, Harry Maguire's not, but you don't know what his family situation is. You don't know exactly what his mortgage is. You don't know like what debts he's got, etc., etc. You don't know what his team is. You know what I mean? Some footballers have got nutritionists, they've got dietitians, they've got physiotherapists all on the books. You know, these people look after the livelihoods of. You could be up to 10 different people. You know what I mean? In reality, you could be the person that is paying for all these people. So yeah, no, I'm not one for that. But look, fair play to him again. You know what I mean? You can tell he enjoyed it. So it's just always delicious to watch, and I don't care about some Man United fans. So any Liverpool fan watching, I apologise, but I love watching you lose your mind.
Absolutely nothing. You double champ. Don't apologise to nobody.
Exactly. Yeah. I'd like to thank me and only me. Yeah, so and there's been a lot of head loss from. I mean, we're going to get into the game. I'm guessing here straight away, are we? Should we go straight into it now? But I just want to. I just quickly I'll stick with any Liverpool fans saying Arne slot out. Like, lads, roll it back in. Calm down. You know what I mean? Like, calm yourself down.
Turn it in. I heard last week. Last week we heard fraud watch. This week I'm hearing. I don't know. It's time to go. Maybe I'm thinking like. This is a product or a byproduct of AFTV world, the reactionary fan, the content creators that feel they need something to say. They have to. They feel the feeling of the need to overanalyze and analyze every single morsel of a game or a moment, and the stuff that's coming out of people's mouths is crazy. Only 2 weeks ago, Arsenal were a problem. They were cowards. They weren't attacking enough, and Liverpool, who weren't playing great but still getting results, and were going to eventually play great, and we're going to run away with the league. 2 weeks later, Arsenal are 4 points ahead of them, and that epitomises what the football fan world is at the moment. It's crazy. Relax yourself. Is it because people? I don't know. I said it earlier. Are they trying to distance themselves from the decisions that the manager's making, and they're just saying, "Well, that wouldn't be my decision. I get rid of him. Or he's losing it. He's on fraud watch." Are you people preparing for banter from rival fans? I don't know. It's just a bit of a weird one. Everyone's looking to sack their manager at the first opportunity. Like,
do you know what? It's another byproduct. Obviously, listen, I've been on this show for the last few months saying I think Emery might be done. You know what I mean? Yeah. And this is the fickle nature of football, because after Sunderland and then Liverpool, I'm now like.
And then you've got to add Chelsea in there. Like, the season's not looking too bad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like maybe we give everyone time. But I also about not what you're about to say. I was about to say, I think this manager merry-go-round is also a byproduct of Roman Abramovich era, where it was literally like, 4 games defeat, out. You know what I mean? And Chelsea fans these days, I mean, you know what I mean? You see Roy Jennings, whenever it's not going well for him, it's like, it's time for him to go.
Yeah.
Like when
It
as soon
was
as
only a couple of weeks ago, Maresca.
yeah, like,
You're what does he say? Not you're on fraud watch. You're on borrowed time or something like that.
yeah,
So I did a video. You're on borrowed time. Like what? Like this guy you saying just won the. Even though I don't rate the trophies they won last year, they won trophies in his first season. He got them top 4, and they're playing half decent football. What is the need to sack the manager? What do you think you can achieve? Do you feel like you should be in a different position? Do you feel like you should be going for the league? What is it? I don't understand. It's almost like if you've got a manager that you're giving a bit of time, it's frowned upon. It's laughed at. It's a joke. It's weird. I don't like it. I don't like the whole. I've never liked the whole manager merry-go-round. As soon as it feels like it's gone wrong, you sack him. You can feel when it's going wrong. You can feel when there's no change, and you can see when there's progression and little moments within the season where you can see actually, do you know what? It's going in the right direction. And then you'll get other people's eyes from outside. Sack him, bin him. What's happening with this?
yeah.
It's just a bit of will. But let's get on to the game. Manchester United 2, Liverpool. Yes, 1. Glorious, glory, Manchester United. It's the last time we'll ever say that, hopefully. 8 minutes in, 1-0 up.
In?
Was it
1 minute?
Because I did the video 8 minutes in. 1 minute in, Man United 1 up. What was your feelings at that point there? Call the game for that's it, ref.
I said to you, didn't I? You sent me a message. Yeah. I said, stop the count, mate. Stop the count. But you sent me a message going, I've never had any doubt. I was like, mate, we ain't doing you no favours today. You can calm down. Like, it's Man United. I've seen us blow 2-3 goal leads.
I know you said it earlier, but stop jinxing it.
Yeah, that was later on. That was later on when you're like, I knew Man United could win. I'm like, mate, you didn't calm yourself down.
There's still 8 minutes left, bro.
There's 8 minutes to go, fam. Like, but yeah, look, lovely goal. I'm not having any of this nonsense about the game should have been stopped. I'm sorry. I don't care.
I saw it.
Yeah, it was a head injury. I get that, but you can't stop a game. Like I've said this for a long time anyway, with head injuries, you can't stop a game mid counter attack because someone's holding their head. Like he's not going to. We all know when it's a sickening one. Yeah. Everyone on the field knows when it's a dangerous. Like, oh my god, no, stop the game. You hear it, you feel it. Yeah. You know what I mean. That weren't it. That wasn't that. Yeah, cut the back of his head. That's because Van Dijk's elbow went into it. It gashed him a little bit. It wasn't. Exactly. It shows you it wasn't that dangerous because he played on for most of the rest of the game. Like it's not a dangerous. I'm sorry, and we've got to get. So I didn't see the Arsenal one, but I understand you were saying someone got a ball in their face and they stopped it.
Yeah. So there was one where Josh King, very good player. He got a finger to the eye. Yeah. So that one I was a bit like okay. But there was one where Harry Wilson got a ball to the side of the face. And I was like, mate, why are we stopping the game for that? Like, it was clearly just a ball to the side of the face. It weren't like, you know, when someone's hit a free kick or hit a volley. And it weren't that. Mate, it was just, it was a slap. It was a slap. It hit his ear and he went down. And I was like, you better not. You better not. He blew up. He blew up. And this was at 0-0. And I'm like,
mate, we had that on the playground. Every lunchtime you had that on the playground at school. Someone was getting that wet, like
weather football as well.
Yeah, you had the rough football straight in the mood. Got a bit of leather off, you know what I mean? Like, no.
So yeah, look, weather ball came out, you knew you was banging trouble if that hit you. Yeah. Straight in the mood.
In trouble. In the cold rain as well. And you got to take it.
And that ball had been sitting in the cold as well because it was like it went. Yeah. It was make that noise.
No, you got to take it.
It was solid where it had been out in the cold. God, trust me. You don't know your balls.
Yeah. See, we weren't all in the classroom playing our switches. We were out there playing football, taking leather balls to the face. So I'm not having it. Like Liverpool fans are looking for excuses there, I think. And if you want to point at someone, point at Van Dijk. I've got my problems with Van Dijk, and Liverpool fans saying he's the best defender of all time. I think he's very good. I don't think he's anywhere near there. He's didn't sprint back, and he allowed that goal to happen. As all of the respectable pundits have said, if he put a bit of a sprint on to get back, I don't think that goal would have happened. He would have covered the space for Mbeumo. Instead, he's pointing at Kanate to do his job for him.
We spoke about this recently. Sorry, we spoke about this recently. Do you think people are going to be more scrutinizing more, because he seems to get away a lot with that sort of pointing the finger, look really angry at your co-defender, and essentially blame them for not doing anything. And when you look at it, you're like, yeah, but if you would have done more there, or if you would have closed him down there, why are you just giving him a real stinking look and pointing? Like, come on, mate. Where's the leadership? Where's the shouting? Where's the pulling them around? Where's the organising of defence? And when we talk about greatest of all time, sorry, I'm drifting off a little bit. Those are the things you've got to be talking about: marshalling the defence, leadership, captaincy, like pointing the finger and then giving someone a stink look like they should have done better afterwards. It's like that is not leadership skills, mate. It's really not. It's quite like, I think it's selfish sometimes. It just feels like you're passing the blame. I don't like it.
Him passing the blame. That first goal is him passing the blame. The second goal, and that's not the second goal. We'll get into later. What he did there is not what a leader does. Like what he you either Roy Keane it, which is actually start screaming at someone and grab him around the throat and be like, bruv, you need to sort that out.
Yeah.
Or you move on. You don't just throw a stink eye like you're a 12-year-old girl in a classroom. You know what I mean? But yeah. So I think what you're saying, I think Van Dijk will be, some players, like, they don't get very highly rated, and you look back at them once they're retired and you're like, do you know what? He was actually well good. Like, he was well good, thinking about what he did. I think Van Dijk's going to be the opposite. I think he's got a lot of hype in recent years, and I think people are starting to get annoyed with it, because realistically, we all know he's a very, very good defender, possibly one of the best of it. Well, no, not possibly, one of the best of this generation, but he isn't an all-timer. The all-timer list is like 5 or 6. Like, he's well good. He was world class for a couple of years, but he isn't a Nesta, a Cannavaro. He isn't, and this is what I see people talking, like putting him in that bracket, putting him in the Rio bracket. You're not. He's not. He's not
a Rio. He's not a Campbell. He's not a Ferdinand. A Terry.
He's not a Terry. No.
We talk about all three of those players there. In those scenarios, they're dragging the player. They're pointing. They're shouting. Get in there. Like, they're looking at the man there. They're closing him down. Get in there. Kirkers, that is what they do. You just close your eyes. You can picture Terry, Campbell, Ferdinand all doing that. Maldini, Nesta, Cannavaro, they are leaders. Yeah. And if you ain't moving, I'm dragging you there. And then once it's cleaned up, once it's safe, you're getting a grilling. This is what you do. Make sure you're there. Follow your man. What you do. I can't deal with the back off. He's passed it there. He scored.
And this is what happens when you start looking into stats as well, like his incredible stat that no one ever dribbled past him that one season. And that's what will start happening. This is what I'm saying when people look back. We now see what he did with the Casado goal, and we're going to look back and start saying, did he never get dribbled past because he ran backwards with them? He just backed off all the time. Listen, he's well good. Before people, you know what I mean? Like, he's well good. There's no two ways about it. One of the best of this generation. But stop it, Liverpool fans. Stop it. So I blame that first goal on Van Dijk. I don't blame it on the referee. I don't think the referee has any reason to put it up at that point. It's not, like I said to start with. We all know when it needs to be pulled up, and that wasn't one at all.
Like Martin Pello said, you feel it in your fingers, you feel it in your toes.
You do exactly right, because you know it, because the neck snaps back. You know what I mean? Like,
you hear a thud, and you're like, oof, oof.
I'm sorry, the way people I keep coming back to it. McAllister, the moment the goal went in, and he was off the pitch to come back on. There's no like CTE check or anything. Well, not CTE, sorry. There's no concussion check or anything, because it was just it was a
lump to the back of the head. You got an elbow.
It's a lump to the back of the head. Yeah, like, come on now.
He probably wore that skull cap as a sort of look, didn't stop the game.
That's 100%. That's 100% what it was, Stuart. Instead of a bit of Vaseline on the back of the head, and like, you know what I mean. Back of the head don't bleed like that anyway. You know, like on the front it does, but yeah. But that's 100% what it was. Like, oh look, this is what you scored from that. But anyway, then for the rest of the half, I thought Man United did very well. Liverpool had their chances. Man United has still got some problems in defending. We don't have the wing backs, so we can get exposed, specifically down Ahmed's side, who was great in attack, but defensively, Gakpo had the run of him down there because he's not a defender. Obviously, Gakpo hit the post a couple of times in that first half, but Bruno hit the post as well. Their goalkeeper, who I'm not going to butcher his name, we called him GG. What is it, Marsha Fadali, in it, or Marsha Fadeli?
Yeah.
He had to claw one out from under the crossbar from a corner. It's not like Liverpool had the run of the game. I've seen a couple of Liverpool content creators act like Liverpool were all over us. You weren't at all. It's crazy to talk. We were very good in the attack, defending weak. So, 1-0 in at half-time. Couldn't believe it, to be quite honest with you. But I think Man United was good value for that 1-0 lead at half-time.
Yeah,
Second half.
So just looking back at I'm looking back at the apparent free kick. They're never in your life are you stopping that. And if that gets stopped, and I'm watching Arsenal and that gets stopped, I am absolutely fuming. I'm fuming.
If it was a Man United player who had elbowed him in the back of the head, different matter. It's a foul, and then VAR intervenes. The goal gets chalked off. Because for a second there, I was like, "Oh, hold up, who's elbowed who here?" You know what I mean? After it went in,
Van Dijk went through both of them and left one on the wrong person, essentially.
But again, like someone did say something as well. It's like, what's Van Dijk doing jumping like that in the first place? Like when you really think about like his body angle and what he's doing in that situation, like how is his elbow in the back of McAllister's head? I mean, that's picking.
He misjudged the flight. Misjudged his arm wasn't got the wrong player. Like it's as simple as that. But and then when you look at it, I'm sorry, there's no call for
absolutely not. So Liverpool fans can feel aggrieved all they want there.
It's that.
Yeah.
To the back of the head.
You can feel as good as they want, but there's no way there's no way that's getting pulled back. They also want a penalty for the handball on Ahmed, and I'm done with this. There's never a handball. It's never a handball. Like, we've got to stop this.
That one where his hand's there.
Well, he's got one up here, but that's not the one it hits. It's that the hand's there, and it does hit his hand, but it's there. Like we can't be giving penalties for that. Like we've got to stamp that out of the game because like I've seen referees give we've got to go back to more ball to hand. I don't care if the attacking player could have got on it. No. If it looks like it's a ball to hand, we all know. Again, a bit like I was saying with the head injury, we all know what a ball to hand looks like. We all know what a ball to hand is. You know what I mean? So listen, if your arm's out here, fair enough. But if it's on the body, I'm not having it. So they were acting like they were cheated. I'm sorry, no. Man United good value for the lead at half time. Second half, Liverpool went for it. There's no two ways about it, and left themselves exposed for Man United, who had some attacks. We held out well. Send Lamins again, looking like it's only 2 games, and there is also a bit of PTSD from having Onana and Bayern here for 2 years. But he's actually
is this a special goalkeeper?
Yeah. This got some saltines in. Like, what's the word I used yesterday? Comfortable. He looks comfortable between the sticks.
Looks assured.
Like he made a good save in the first half from Isaac. I mean, we'll get into Liverpool players in a minute.
We're talking about We're talking about a command of area. We're talking about a presence in the goal. That's the difference. That's the difference. He's not looking shaky. And look, we don't know what he's like at his shot stopping. We don't know what he's like when he's had nothing to do for 80 minutes and that's to pull off a save.
Exactly.
But right now, Man United needed a little bit of stability. I mean, they've found that with him. And it's a mental thing with the defence as well. Right now, they feel more assured with him in goal. So that will make their defending better. That will stop them from second guessing things that might not have happened with the other goalkeepers. So he
had a good 1-on-1 with Isaac. Good save from Isaac. So it's just like simple little things, like he's not diving out the way of the ball. So look, comfortable.
I mean, when you're a goalkeeper.
Look, Liverpool were pressing. Arne Slot went brave 4-2-4, like straight up 4-2-4 with Isaac for about 10 minutes. Isaac and Ekatike, Salah and Gakpo with Wirtz and Curtis Jones in the midfield. And it paid dividends for them because then they got their equaliser on the 78th minute, and again deserved. But then what I haven't seen from Man United in a while was some fighting spirit, like actual come back into it, and they got it up the other end of the pitch. They tried for the winner, and they got the winner with Harry Maguire. And I mean, Bruno Fernandes. Have you seen the goal?
Yeah,
I know people. This is why Bruno Fernandes for me. He's just under world class, if you know what I mean. Like he's just under it because there's not many players in the world that can do what he does there. Like some people will be like, he just lumped it back in. No, he didn't. That's a volley cross. Yeah, into an area. Now, I'm not saying he was pinpointing at Maguire's head, but he knew where
but it's the right area. It's perfectly weighted. It's to the right height.
Weighted,
I don't see how people question it. Those sort, just kicked it in the box. No, he didn't. That's not how it works, mate. Not how it works.
Scenes, absolute scenes. You know what I mean? And I've taken much heart from that. I really have, much more than the Sunderland game. We need to keep it going. Brighton at home, I think it is next Saturday. And this is that there are negatives to not being in Europe. There's also positives. He's got a whole week now to build that confidence, focus on the Brighton game, work on a few things, and use it. You know. And look, bottom line is, we haven't won. Everyone knows it's tough to win at Anfield. You know what I mean? Just ask Liverpool. It's very tough to win at Anfield. So, I'm very pleased with the performance and the result. Dalot was the only player I'd say that stood out as being dog. He had one of his off days. When Dalot has an off day, he has an off day. You know what I mean? Like no pass connects, like everything's 5 yards short.
Players, not every player plays well in every game, and there's always generally a player that will maybe everyone's playing an 8, they're going to be playing a 7. So when everyone's playing,
he's playing a 5. It's
for the other players to step up. To step up. It always, mate. I used to be in goal sometimes. I used to think to myself, oh, mate, today ain't today. I hope to God everyone's on it, because I'm just not feeling it. I'm not feeling it. We lost 8-0 last week. I've already played a game on Saturday for my proper team. I'm now playing Sunday League. And do you know what? I don't want to be here, but I'm here.
He's a bit tight. The calf's a bit tight. Nah.
Caught from my fingers. Like,
I ain't stretching anything.
In 3 places at least. I saw that when I was doing the warm-up. And I'm not used to this level. Like...
I'll tell you who was feeding that then yesterday is Isaac and Florian Wirtz, and we can get into both of them now, because Liverpool fans, as much as they want to deny it, they must be worried. I'd be worried. To act like you're not worried at the moment is crazy. Isaac looked well off the pace, well off the pace. Like, he had one shot, like he got through, but it wasn't clinical. You know what I mean? Good save from Lemons. And Wirtz, I mean.
The German Tom Cleverley.
Yeah, the German. We're going to go there. That's what we're saying. I said to send you a message last night. At the moment, honestly, and I mean this, Liverpool fans watching as well, you've watched him enough now. Is he better than Phil Foden? No, he's not. Is he better than Jack Grealish? No, he's not. Is he better than Bruno? No, he's not. Like, you go, is he Odegaard? Eze? No, he's not. He isn't putting in performances of any sort of level. Now, I'm not saying he's rubbish at all, but for 116 mil, surely you're expecting more than what
Charlie Adams.
Yeah, surely you're expecting more than what you're seeing. I said this a while ago. Paul Pogba was seen as a flop at Man United, rightly so, because of his transfer fee and how little he produced for the club. But Paul Pogba has done far more in his first 10 games for Man United than we've seen Wirtz do. Is it that he is adjusting to the new league? Fair enough. You don't get long though. And I'm not seeing a gradual improvement in him. And it's not like I've not watched Liverpool this year. That's the 5th Liverpool game I've seen this season. And it's the same performance from him. Exactly the same performance from him. Which is, like I said to you last night, he carries the ball very nice. He's got a nice touch on him. But, I mean, he isn't coming close to 116 million pound player yet. He isn't. Not a single performance from him suggests that he's got what it takes at this moment in time. So, like, if you're doing the pretending to yourself that he's going to come good, then explain to me what you're seeing. That's what I want from Liverpool fans. Get in the comments. Let me know, what are you seeing from him that I'm not seeing? What is it that's giving you faith?
I'm just on naming names of players who are meant to be and a bit disappointing.
What is he doing that you're seeing that I'm not? What is it that he's got that he's giving this squad that you think means that he can make it? Like, go on. Why is he getting benched? Is he just getting taken out of the fire line at the moment? This is Man United Liverpool. This is Man United Liverpool, and your £115 million marquee signing isn't coming on until the 68th minute. That raises questions for me.
It's big questions, and and we've been speaking about it a lot recently. We're going to give it to a certain date, and then it's time to start getting real serious with these the judgment of Florian Wirtz, because when you're paying 116 million pounds, you have to be one of the best players in that league. You have to hit the ground running. It's not a case of you're buying for the future. You're buying for the here and now. You don't spend that money for next season, for that waiting period to see where they settle. That settling period is pre-season, a couple of weeks into the season. But within that time, you can see things. You can see where you're getting that value for money from. I look at Wirtz and I don't see it. I don't see it. And I'm going to say it. I've never seen it with Wirtz. I think he's a good player. I think he's a tidy player. But I've never seen anything where to the level where people are lauding Florian Wirtz. And look, yes, he's got a nice touch, but I don't see where anywhere near 100 million value that you're paying for him. I just don't see it. And I think what we saw yesterday was a manager who won the league last season. This is classic champ. Yeah. You won the league, you brought in new players, you're testing those new players in pre-season, whatnot. The game is looking good. It's looking exciting because you're not playing great, but you're winning and you're getting goals, so it's exciting. And then things aren't going right. So what do? You try and pull back your old team together.
Yeah.
He was there, he was playing there, he's playing there. But what you don't realise is your old team is two players missing. It's Diaz for the press, and it's Trent for defensively, consider in comparison to what I'm seeing now at Liverpool at right back, and those clutch moments, those balls over the top to Salah, those set pieces, those early through balls. That's 8 to 10 goals a season just from right back. That's another 10, 15 goals from left wing. And what have they replaced it with? Nothing on the left, and a winger on the right, a right back. A winger that you're not even playing because defensively he is that bad. And in the Premier League, you ain't getting away with that. You ain't getting away with that like you are in Germany.
Not in a back four, you're not.
No way. No. You bought a winger as a right back, which is crazy. And now you're playing your number 10 at right back and saying that this could be his new position. You've
or Conor Bradley, who is not like. I'm sorry, Conor Bradley ain't that player either. We've had this discussion. He's a good level defender.
You're not that guy.
You're not that guy. You're not that guy.
He's good. He's good, but
you can tell Slots. You can tell Slots feeling the pressure a little bit as well, which I was surprised at. I know it's 4 defeats on the bounce, 3 in the League 1 in Europe, but did you see his comments before and post?
Yeah,
post before he's like, "Well, Man United, they've played Sesko up front 6-7 games this season. We haven't. They come to us, they're not doing it. So I suppose we'll have to adjust." Yeah, bruv, that's football management. You have to adjust. That's football management, you weirdo.
I'm sorry. Did you want them starting line up 2 days before, like it's rugby?
Yeah. And then post match, giving it the old world, Man United. If I'd known that a team like Man United would come to Anfield and play nothing but long balls and we'd do as well as we did, like, behave yourself, brother. Behave yourself.
Man. This is a man who, when Arsenal came to town, you sat in deep. You played a low block like Fulham, mate. What are you talking about?
This is where I haven't seen many people say this, and this is where you actually give Amorim credit. I've been a big what's the word I'm looking for? I've not been a big advocate of Amorim over the last few months, but he knew that Liverpool like the high press. They've got the fast players up there in Salah, in Isaac, in Gakpo. So instead of playing it out to our defenders, De Ligt and Maguire especially, who ain't that great with ball at feet and they're not great at quick turns, the goalkeeper was instructed to boot it.
Yeah,
and that's good management.
Keep the pressure up there as high as possible.
Yeah, it's not because it's not a long ball philosophy. Long ball philosophy would have had Sesko starting so that he could take them long balls down. It was just don't put our defenders under pressure. So yeah, listen, I think Slots feeling the pressure. I think anyone saying he should be sacked is crazy. But overall, yeah, I couldn't be happier, mate. Like I said to you on the phone, it's the best I felt as a Man United fan in ages because it was a very deserved win. I've seen a number of Liverpool fans acting like it wasn't. That's sour grapes, lads. It was a very deserved win for Man United. Yes, on a different day, Gakpo does score that header, and it's 2-2. but that's football. You don't take your chances. That's how it is. You know what I mean? So yeah, well happy, and like we've got to take it forward. But Man United 2 points off top four at the moment, only 2 points behind Liverpool after 8 games this season. You know what I mean?
So realistically, how do you feel your prospects are for the season after what? Look, in comparison to the last season, you've got to be looking at this as a good start to the season. I know there's still things that you're concerned about with whether it's the formation, the personnel, but things are starting to click. And I think I mentioned it in the first game against Arsenal. It felt, but I said that last season when you played us, it felt like he's got a way of playing against Arsenal which is really restrictive to how we like to play, and we don't get that many chances. It's a real tough game against Man United under Amorim. It's not open like when you're going up against a Bournemouth or a Brighton or a Brentford. It's not. You're not open like that. You keep it tight. You keep it compact. You're aggressive. And I thought if you're playing that way, you can get results this season. It's looking a lot more positive, but it wasn't the way it goes. And obviously, when you play against lesser teams, you're going to be a bit more open. But look, Liverpool was a prime example of what Man United can do. I'm sure there's things that still need to change, but it's got to be a lot more positive going forward for the rest of the season, now, isn't it?
Yeah, well, also, Man United have already, 8 games in, Arsenal, defeat, Chelsea, win, Liverpool, win, Man City, defeat. So we've played the 4 toughest teams in the league already. So going forward, listen, I don't want to get too excited because there's still the flaws, as I'm saying, there's still the problems in this team. This is the first time we've won 2 games in a row under Amorim. There's still personnel problems. But if Man United can keep key players like Mason Mount and Cunha and Mbeumo fit, if they can keep the goalkeeper, like his morale high and defenders not giving away too many silly mistakes, I would tentatively say definitely UEFA Cup, so Europa League. Like go for Europa League, and possible, maybe start sniffing around the Champions League spots if it can. Do you see what I'm trying to say? I'm not saying that off the back of 2 games I'm expecting that, but if we beat Brighton, and then who do we have after Brighton? Who have we got after Brighton? We beat Brighton, and then we beat Forest away, and then Spurs away. You know what I mean? If we can take 7 points from those 3 games, even 5 points, if we can take 5 points from those 3 games, 2 draws and a win, I'm going to start feeling a lot more confident that Man United will be 7th and above this season, which I definitely wasn't 3 or 4 weeks ago. You know what I mean? I was thinking we're going to be finishing 15th again. So, and then, get the performances rolling, get the confidence up, and then see where we are. You know what I mean? If we're still 3 to 5 points off Champions League spots come end of January transfer window, start dreaming. You know what I mean? Back into the Champions League. Like, it's not impossible. But too many false dawns since Fergie left. Too many. Like, it's 13 years now, is it? 2013, 12 years. 12 years of false dawns I've had with Manchester United, so I'm not going to get too excited. But there are improvements. We look more solid. Amorim's looking a little more settled. He walked into that press conference with some swag as well. I don't know if you saw that.
I saw some of the quotes. It was very much. What you say? Yeah. You come. You put about. Come in. What was you saying?
Big old Q now. I just want to. So you were saying.
Where did he
get? Yeah, you.
Where did he get a cigarette? Is that even a cigarette?
So look, I'm very high right now because there's nothing like beating Liverpool when you're a Man United fan. It's probably different for Arsenal Spurs because you're expected to beat Spurs, aren't you? So you want to, you're desperate, and you love it when you do.
Yeah.
To be fair, it's pretty like when you beat us. You know what I mean? Like probably like for people our age, it probably is like when you beat Man United. Especially at home as well. If you beat us at Old Trafford at the start of the season, didn't you? You beat them at Old Trafford. You beat them at Anfield.
For a few days as well. It felt really good.
Yeah. And like I say, honestly, nothing's more delicious at the moment than there's one good thing with social media. Give it to the football content creators to just lose their minds immediately.
Yeah. I'm going to do another video after this because I saw another meltdown.
Oh, I'm calling that. What was that fool's name? It was the one LFC Owen spitting at your own camera, brother.
Oh yeah. Oh,
brother. I hope you see this. Yeah, but think about this. Is something else I was thinking. In your own house, you're spitting at objects in your own house, bro. You disgusting filth bag. Filth bag.
To make a point, and it was so over the top. I'm so angry.
Oh, what? Rank. You rank bastard, bro.
Clean off your phone, you scumbag.
Scum. Anyway, yeah. So, but yeah, talking of Arsenal, big win for the red side of North London.
Before we go, Mohamed Salah, because I think it's worth talking about Mohamed Salah.
That's what we're talking about. Yeah,
he's looking Aubameyang-ish, mate. I can't lie. Is it a year? Is it just I'm not saying he's down in tools, but is it a year just too many? Is it like, does he need to be taken out of the line like someone else is coming in and he comes in and he becomes a clutch player? He doesn't start as many games. What is it with him? How do you play this out?
I think that there's a number of issues with Salah. One, the system's changed in Liverpool. You've already touched on this. He's not getting the balls from Trent. He's not getting the balls from midfield. Like he was and now I think he's at a stage where it's Mohamed Salah and he is trying to do too much. He's getting in his own way, if that makes sense. Would I take him out of the team? I mean, who have they got? What do you play? Do you play Wirtz up there instead of him? Do you play Wirtz out on the wide position?
Yeah, Wirtz can play there.
Or do you go two up front with Isaac and Ekitike and change the system completely? You know what I mean? Like Gakpo, like you played the four. What I used to play on Champ, which was like, it was like. So again, yeah, you're right. Yeah, no, you're right. So you can't. Yeah, no.
Whereas Diaz is more of a winger. He's more of a winger.
And Wirtz ain't take it down the line when you're even for two up top.
No, he's not.
I don't think you can. Wirtz is a Foden style winger. Wirtz is like that style. Yeah, like he's going to come inside.
If he's on the wing, he in no way should actually be playing. Because right now, and I saw a couple of clips earlier on of Wirtz from when he was Leverkusen. He sat very deep at Leverkusen sometimes as well, where he just wants to pick up that ball and then pass it around. Just wants to float around. It's like, hey, you can't.
I'm sorry, people get upset when you say it's about the German league, but it's the truth. You have far more time on the ball in the German league in the centre of the park. In the centre of the park in the Premier League, you ain't got an extra split second. No. And I am only talking like half a second here, but that is the case. In Germany, the way the tactics are set up, you do have a little bit more time. Just look at Jadon Sancho, what he was able to do, because the defenders stepped back, because they're ready to soak up the pressure. So, yeah, no. And Salah, I struggle to say take him out of the team. I do, because Mohamed Salah. And that's what's keeping him in there at the moment.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think it's very rare you see a dramatic fall off of a footballer like we're talking about here with Salah, where you're saying get him out of the team. I know exactly where you're coming from because he ain't done nothing yet. But last season, what was it, like 40 goal contributions? Never got less than 23 goals.
I'm not taking him out, but there's a lot of Liverpool fans saying he needs to be dropped. He has to be dropped. He's not doing enough, and it feels like that's the general consensus is Salah needs to be dropped.
Yeah, maybe you do. Obviously, the other thing you're doing there, though, as well, is I mean, you'd always get a move to Saudi Arabia, obviously, but you start dropping him because of form, and he might not have it anymore. And all of a sudden, that Bayern Munich moves off. That what I mean.
I don't think they were prepared. I don't think they're prepared. I think last season's winning the Premier League has led them into a false sense of security as to where they are and everything.
I think you know as well that there was another football manager game. I can't remember. It was like Premier Manager, one of them ones where if you went out and bought 4 or 5 top players and put them and brought them in, you wouldn't do anything that year, like because you completely ripped up your team, and exactly what you're saying. And I think they missed Trent badly. I really do think they missed Trent badly. Obviously, God rest his soul, I think they missed Jota badly as well, like very badly with what his
midfielder, 6. They didn't bring in.
Curtis Jones is not the answer. Like we said, Frimpong, if he's the answer, what's the question? The question is, who's not a right back because he only. So they're a mismatched, disjointed team at the moment. I still think they're going to be problems for anyone. I don't think this slump in form is going to go on forever. You know, it can't. But yeah, at the moment they've got to be looking at themselves and answering a lot of questions about how they're going to improve. Definitely, and that midfield, like you just said, they need something in that midfield definitely, because when you really think about it, apart from Gravenberch, who's injured at the moment, is he?
Did he not play the other day?
Did he play? I can't remember now. If he did, he was playing Holland. But he only played 45 minutes. Now, do you know what? Like, I only watched it yesterday. Did he play? He did play. He did play. So he didn't do much then. Cool. Like, yeah, he did. No, he came off for 62 minutes. Like he was non-existent in that game. But they don't have like all of the even Gravenberch. They don't have like an out and out like what I'd class as a defensive midfielder. McAllister isn't an out and out defensive midfielder.
He was 8 at Brighton. He was an 8 at Argentina, and they've pushed him into that position, and he's done a solid job for the last 3 seasons.
Yep, solid.
So Gravenberch was a kind of a make weight with that and helped him out, allowed a bit of fluidity in that middle. But again, he's not a DM. This is what they tried to do at Bayern Munich. He's not a DM. He's more of an 8 or an attacking midfielder.
He's an 8, and he's a wide 8 as well. He's one of them players. You know, he'd be a midfield right centre on old champ. So and then
playing there as well. So he's been playing right back.
Sabota's an attacking midfielder. I'm sorry, he's a left winger almost. And then Van Dijk lost that yard of pace. Konate, he had a great game yesterday. Konate, best one I've seen in a while, but his head's in Madrid. Kirkes definitely ain't stepped up to the Liverpool pressure. He's looking very shaky considering how good he looked at Bournemouth. Isaac, as we just said, he's not stepping up. You know, like how you can leave Ekitike on the bench is crazy. When Ekitike just because
and we spoke about that as well. He's not happy. He's not happy. The timeline of Ekitike and Isaac signing. Isaac signs, Ekitike does that photo shoot where he's got Ekitike shirts all over him while he's lying, pretending to lie asleep in bed. That is literally the day after or 2 days after. Not happy. Like a week after that, Ekitike gets sent off for taking his shirt off in a game when they're playing the FA Cup tie against the second division team, and it's like 3-1 or something like that. Like his head is gone. He ain't happy. And then the following week, he's in a Eintracht Frankfurt tracksuit doing drills. Didn't need to film that and put it on his social media, but he did. He's sending a message. He's not happy. You've upset the player who's come into the team and hit the ground running by bringing in best striker in the Premier League from last season. Like it's crazy. It's crazy.
But it's also one of them things as well. Like even if you think Isaac's a better player, there's that thing so you can have it. Ekitike probably thinks he's a better player, but as someone who wasn't that great at playing football, I always think about that. Like when I'd be scoring and other players would be getting in, you'd be like, but they're not scoring. Isaac ain't scoring. I'm scoring. I'm scoring. I don't care what you think of me as a player. I'm fucking scoring, mate. Like the ball's in the onion bag, fella.
I've tapped into circa 2013 now.
Probably before then.
All right, Carl. We're not in the changing rooms, mate. We're not playing for the Rose here. You're right. Wake up, man.
But what I meant is I was using that example. Like, I know I'm not better than the players playing in front of me, so you'd allow it. But like when you're bringing me on with 20 minutes to go, like, nah, mate, like I'm scoring Ekitike scoring week in, week out, and in his mind, he probably thinks he's better than Isaac. It's not even that he knows that Isaac's better than him. He probably thinks to himself, what's he got that I ain't? I'm not seeing anything from this man. Like he ain't trained in 3 months.
And honestly, I'm watching Isaac now for Liverpool. I'm thinking, what is it this geezer's got? I mean, we've been the wall pulled over our eyes because when he was in a Newcastle kit, he looked completely different.
But we said this last night, didn't we? They played to his strengths, and Liverpool are not. Newcastle play wingers. That's why Volta made up. And listen, we both have to say that we didn't know anything about him. We were not expecting what he's doing, but we're liking what we see from him because they play to his strengths. They've got Gordon on the left. They've got Elanga or whoever else. I can't think of the other winger they've got on the right. Who sting? They're wingers. They're not inside forwards. They sting down the line. They get balls into the box. They cut in and pass it into the box, and that all works for a striker like Isaac. At Liverpool, you've got Salah.
are both inside forwards and are looking to score
inside
goals.
forwards. They're looking to be inside the box themselves and score, exactly. So, and they're not playing to his strengths. As I said, listen, we can move on. It's been 50 minutes. It was an ego signing. They signed it because they wanted to sign him. You already had the striker. It was unnecessary. Liverpool did it to be like, we can take Newcastle's player. And at this moment in time, it is backfiring on them because not only is Isak not performing, they're also denting the confidence of the other man in Ekatike, who was doing very well.
Yeah. Now on to Arsenal, sit top of the league, 4 points clear. Give us the Premier League title now.
No excuses now, Keir. No excuses, mate.
Excuses. I do always like to ask people what the no excuses means, because the no excuses, surely that just means no excuses for not winning it. That doesn't mean like you have to win it, because if you don't win it, surely all you can say is the other teams were better. Is that
That's an excuse? That's an excuse, bro.
Is that an excuse?
That's an excuse, yeah.
I think where we are. Because I'm so confused about this no excuse. So if the other team's better and we're not as good,
that's an excuse, mate. That's an excuse, bro.
We are making excuses. You weren't as good. The other team was better. What?
Oh, just to make you feel better, though, it's only 3 points off Man City, not 4. So.
Sorry, I'll talk about Liverpool because
Listen, I said this at the start. I think Man City are your number one rivals.
Yeah, you did.
I think they are. People still telling me that they ain't got it, and I'm like, I don't know.
Mate, no. I'm looking at
Haaland looks hungry.
Like, you don't want to write them off. Haaland
looks hungry, bruv. Hungry, like goals. But yeah, listen. Sorry, you can get into the game in a minute. But I just want to say that I've seen a lot of. Like, I'm bantering and joking, but I'm seeing a lot of people being dead serious about this is the year. There's no way they can't win it. Yeah, we're 8 games in. Let's calm it down. Rice can get like touch wood, it don't happen. You ain't like listen, as good as Kepa is, he ain't no David Raya. David Raya goes down for the season with a cruciate. That's 5 points dropped in the season. You know what I mean? That could be something.
If Tim gets injured while Ben White is currently injured, we've got to put mascara right back.
Yeah, and I love Madawaki, but he's no Saka. He's different. You can't replace the assists and goals from Saka.
You've seen that since Saka's come back in. There's just a level of Saka's still in third gear. There's a level of composure, a level of decision making which Saka's got. If you want to say anything, if you want to put pressure on Arsenal as a Royal fan, this is how you put it. You've got all the tools. You've got all the tools now. Arteta's got all the tools at his disposal to win the league. That's the way to put it. You have. But and right now he's using them well. He's using them well. We've had a lot of injuries, and because of the signings we made in the summer, we've not felt that anywhere near as bad as we would have done. And it's played into the decisions of looking a bit more long term in terms of Havertz having surgery. Ben White not having to come back in the team when Julian Timber was there, like easing him back in, taking Saka off at 60 minutes rather than playing him for the full 90 when we still needed a goal. Like that just unheard of. It didn't used to happen. So there's a lot of good things that are happening. And look, not every game is going to be entertaining. It's not.
I was just about to ask you, Stuart, because I watched the first. It was the Saturday evening kickoff, weren't it? So I watched like the first 25 minutes before Strictly. Got to allow it, you know what I mean? It's my missus' favourite show before I get any comments. I don't mind it either. I don't mind it either. Jovita's like good Saturday. Anyway, but it looked boring as hell. Yeah, it looked boring as hell the first 30 minutes. It didn't look like it was an entertaining game. But my question here is, it don't matter if you're winning 1-0, does it? And you get the 3 points as an Arsenal fan.
It don't matter. Look, I remember when people used to say things like, bring in Simeone. I don't care about the football. I just want to win. Where are you now, boys and girls? Because did you still got that energy? Because I certainly have. And I was never one that wanted Simeone. I thought we could do it ourselves. Look, a lot of people point to the fact that Arsenal aren't entertaining. Arsenal are a hard watch, but teams aren't coming at us. Teams are sitting in. And we're talking about Manchester City, Liverpool. They're all sitting in. They're not coming at us. They're not trying to take us on. If they take us on, you're going to get entertained. You're going to get entertained. Look at the European games. Look at the games against Bilbao. Look at all these games where we've been a lot more open. It's been a lot more free. The other teams coming at us, you can see we're going toe-to-toe at points. Defensively, we've been outstanding. So you're not going to get the same to and fro, but it's a lot more open. When you've got a team that is looking to hit Arsenal on the counter, because in the transition, that is where they're at their weakest. It's not a weak point, but obviously where we are attacking, it's going to leave gaps in behind. And where we are putting more people, overloading a little bit more, as the game goes on, as we're struggling to score, then that's going to present more opportunities for the other team to hit us on the break. And then that's why they're going, do you know what? Actually, if we just keep it tight and sit in, we keep that player there and that player there, boom, on that break, we can hit them. And that's what they did. That is what they were reduced to throughout the game. Long shots, pot shots. They didn't have a shot on target. So for all the shots they had, for all the people that tried to say that Fulham were all over us at points, they just weren't. It was nothing that Arsenal couldn't control.
Yeah, I'm just looking at you. Had 16 shots, 5 on target, but 16 overall. Arsenal have been accused in recent years of taking a pass too many. Was there any of that on display against Fulham?
Yes, there was. Early doors, though, I would say. There was a couple of opportunities where I was just thought to myself, do you know what? Just shoot. Just shoot, because it destabilises defence. What happens is where a lot of teams know that Arsenal are looking for that cute ball through the lines, or that ball to Saka, and he wants to cut in and shoot, and the same with potentially Trossard. They can wait. They can still just sit in and block. But if you have a player that potentially shoots, or a player that you think might shoot, that will draw the defender out. That creates a gap in behind where other players can run into. Sometimes we are too predictable by trying to pass it into the net, which is what the problem we used to have with Wenger. And literally, as I said that, someone had a shot. What happened? A corner came, and it just added a little bit of chaos. And when Arteta speaks about that controlled chaos, it's that when we have a corner, it's controlled chaos. And that's what we've got to do a little bit more. Sometimes we're trying too much to look for that perfect goal. And sometimes you just rack one, test the keeper, and it keeps other people thinking. It keeps the other team thinking. You've got to do a lot of that, bit of that more. But yeah, look, I'm happy with the way Arsenal are playing. People say it's not sustainable. Arsenal aren't conceding goals. That's sustainable. The way they're playing, that's sustainable. What's not potentially sustainable is it's tight, yeah. But Arsenal are going for it. It's not like Arsenal aren't pushing to score a goal, or they're being too slow with the ball, and there's not enough pace to the game. That was a problem we saw last season. Arsenal are trying to be a little bit more direct. Arsenal are playing with a lot more pace again. It does seem like when players like Ødegaard are in a team, they have that level of freedom, something that Mikel Arteta said he's always told them to have. So maybe that's some of the players taking it upon themselves to be a bit more cautious at points. But yeah, look, I'm more than happy with the way Arsenal are playing. It's defensively, we're sound. We're seeing some really good performances from other players that you may not have expected. But then again, we're seeing superb performances from the likes of Bukayo Saka in a game where, in attack, we weren't as potent. Trossard gets his pelters, but he comes up with clutch moments, mate.
I like Trossard. I don't understand it. I like Trossard, man. He's a quality player of the squad.
As an Arsenal fan, because I've been guilty of doing it myself. Yeah, you have that frustration. Look, I love all the Arsenal players, and I don't want any of them to leave. I want them ones to do well. But sometimes you have a level of frustration where you see things that are frustrating over a season or over 2 seasons, and you just want that level of consistency that you see in other positions, and you're not seeing that. But I do think we need to be a bit more patient with these players. I said at the start of the season, I think there's room in the team for a Trossard if we can still give him the game time that's needed. And look, he comes
Obviously,
up
if you've got Rodrigo, that's a different question. You've got to start.
yeah.
I think you would have got rid of Martinelli, though, personally, because I think Trossard's a very different player to what you've got in that situation.
And I said that, and I think the reason why we would have kept Trossard is because we don't have Gabriel Jesus. And Gabriel Jesus and Trossard, although they're different positions, they're very similar in terms of they want the ball, they want to dribble past the player, they're looking to be creative. You've got that element to whereas Martinelli's a runner or an inside forward, and you don't have that. It's very direct, it's very to the point. So yeah, look, he's come up with moments again, and he deserves his respect. I know he didn't have the best of games either. He really, really didn't.
What Trossard is this? Sorry.
Yeah, Trossard. But he come up with an important goal.
If you score the winner, mate, you can have a 5.5. If you score the winner, that gets you 3 points. That's forgotten.
Exactly. And he's done that in his and there's with Arteta. I feel like while Havertz isn't there, he wants that level of creativity in the team.
Yeah, I understand
that level of someone who can hold up the ball, someone that wants the ball all the time, and it can also score goals and assist. And
do you see? Oh, sorry. Yeah, sorry, mate. Do you see Eze moving out to the left when Odegaard comes back to offer a similar thing, a different but similar thing in wanting the ball and creativity from that side?
Yes, I do, and I also see them playing together in the middle. We saw it before, where potentially you take out a Zubimendi, you put in a Rice, and you have an Eze in the 10-10 or more 8-10, and you have Odegaard in the 8. It was brilliant to see. The link-up play was really, really good. I don't think we're going to see that as often, probably more when we're looking for a goal or when we've...
I was going to say, that's a very attacking.
That's
very...
he started with it a couple of weeks ago, didn't he? But it was against the right team. You can start with that. But I do like Eze from the left. I know people say it's not his position, but the way he drifts in when he's playing for Palace anyway, off of that wide mark, is similar to what we have anyway. If we get a Nketiah where he overlaps a little bit more like a Ben White, then Eze is perfect for that left wing role. But again, if you've got a Calafiori, they can link up together. Shout out to Calafiori, player of the season so far. I know Yuri and Timber is in that conversation, but Calafiori just edges it because attacking wise, he's a freak. I think he's had a shot every game, averaging 1.5 per game for a fullback. I don't know if we saw his goal the other day was disallowed.
Oh, yeah, because I was watching when that happened. Yeah, against Fulham, he had a goal disallowed.
Yeah. Defensively this season, he's been very, very good. Even in games where he hasn't played his best, he's been defensively sound, and I haven't had to worry about him.
And he's got lovely hair. He's got lovely.
Beautiful man. I'm not afraid to say it.
Looks good on the catwalk, mate. You know what I mean? Looks good on the catwalk. So fair play.
Arsenal got a good-looking team. I can't deny it. They've got a good-looking team and a good-looking fan base.
Hold on, man. That's what Kids say. Right? He's a hold on.
Whoa. Pause.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Gorkrez. Are there worries there for you yet?
My concerns were the same concerns as I had before the season, Garth. You know my thoughts on Gyökeres. You know my preference with what players I wanted.
Let me rephrase it. Is he looking like he's snatching chances now? Is he looking worried, or is he still calm and collected?
I think he was snatching at chances in the first place. He's a player that is eager to prove a point, but I think though the goals that he scored should have alleviated that worry a little bit, but it didn't seem to. And he still snatches. And he's not that. Like, he's got a clinical finish. And yes, he, like any striker, they miss chances. You can pull up all the compilations of missed chances you like, yeah? But in front of goal, in certain positions, he is usually sharp, hitting it low, sticking it in the corners, putting it away. And I think Alan Shearer said the other night, he's a striker right now that's just looking to hit it on the target. You're better than that. You're going to get enough chances per game to start tucking it away. You don't need to just hit the target now. All right? Like beforehand, it maybe felt like where you weren't even getting chances. Now you're getting chances have a little bit of finesse. I do feel like he's suffering from the fact that he's got no other options. So he would have probably had a rest. A couple of games ago, he looked leggy. This is a player who missed out pre-season, 3 months out from the end of the last season. Came in 2 weeks before the season started and has had to play since then. And I think it's starting to catch up with him.
Let's face it, even like Arteta learned under the school of Pep, and Pep loves his roulette with his players. You know, if Arteta had every player at his disposal, there'd be surprises in them team selections, and you would see Havertz starting games and Gorkre's on the bench. So yeah, I can understand that. You know what I mean?
I don't think Havertz would have been a surprise to start. I said it before. I said I would have picked Havertz to start the season. I think the scouting reports from Jason, what's his name? Jason, forgot his name, but you know I'm talking about Arsenal fans. The scouting report from him about Gyökeres was that he should be seen as an option, alternative to Kai Havertz, as opposed to a replacement or an upgrade to that. So he would be an understudy to Kai Havertz, and I think he was probably brought in for that. As I said before, I think that Kai Havertz is the big game player, and Gyökeres would have been for the other games, like the Fulham, like the West Hams. Unfortunately, he's not scored in those games. But I agree with what Mikel Arteta has said about Gyökeres. And I know it's easy to point out that he's in there to score goals, but he has made a big difference from having players who aren't necessarily forward thinking when it comes to being a striker. He automatically runs forward.
Take a man.
This is what I said. Arsenal needs someone who runs forward into those positions as opposed to drops in and takes the ball, because it's easier for defenders because everything's in front of them. Now they're having to either turn a bit on the back foot and try and follow this man, which creates
open up space. You take players away. Yeah, exactly. Sorry, yeah, exactly.
People are scoffing at that, but it's the reality of it. It is the reality of it. When you're seeing two men on Gyökeres and he's wrestling with them, and it's creating space for Saka. You can talk about Saka would have got that space anyway, but it's just not the case. It's just not the case. Saka's not being doubled up as much. He's found spaces in the middle. Those spaces in the middle has allowed us to attack more centrally, something we haven't done in 3 years. We've always been going from the wing positions, and when you double up your wingers and Saka's out of the game, you're essentially nullified. And that's the problem we had last season. You run out of ideas very, very quickly.
Plus 4 wins, no loss in 5 in the league, 4 wins. You don't need your striker scoring when you're winning. That is nice. If you'd had 3 draws, a defeat, and a win, maybe more questions would be getting thrown his way. That's different. But you're scoring from all over the pitch. So, yeah, I've got no way. As we both said at the start of the season, he won't score loads this year. I think next year you'll see more from him. He'll still score, though. He'll still score. There's no two ways about it.
I would like to start bagging some goals, because it does.
He's got to start scoring. Yeah, he has got.
It's going to start getting into his head.
Well, it's 8 games. Was it 9 games now without a goal?
9 games in all comps. That's for the national team as well.
And in reality, he's only scored 2 goals in 2 games. He's only scored in 2 games this season. He scored a brace. Yeah. Like, he's got to do more. He has, but at the moment, you've got no. Apart from the initial worries you had anyway, you're not like, oh, I don't know about this player. You know what I mean?
There's nothing that I'm seeing of Gyökeres where I'm like, oh, I wasn't ready for this. I think we could be in a bit of trouble here. I'm not sure he's the level that I thought he was. He's exactly the level that I thought he was. We're going to it in another show because I'm not in the game for ripping down a player. The what ifs when it's not going to happen, it makes no difference. It's just my opinion and what I think would have been a better scenario, would have been a different scenario for us. But look, I'm happy with his work rate. I do think what he needs to do, and I said it to you before, because I feel like he did come into the Premier. I did think he did come in from Sporting very heavy. Yeah.
We didn't know his pre-season, did he? He didn't have it. Yeah.
Not just soft, which you do get a bit of, but heavy. And I said to you, I think he might have over analysed the strength you need in the Premier League. which is worrying, a little bit of worry because he was in the Championship, and if you can handle the Championship, you can handle the Prem, like for strength.
Is there when you said this to me, I forgot to mention this to you. Is there a bit of he was on his own? So was there just a little bit too much weightlifting? You know what I mean? Just a little bit too much.
I think there was.
Instead of doing actual training. You know what I mean? Like he's got to keep himself fit. Footballers' appetites are humongous. People do forget what athletes' appetites are like. You know what I mean? They have to eat a lot of calories, and he's putting a bit of weight on. So I need to work that off. And instead of football training, he's doing gym work. You know what I mean? So there might be a bit more of that than that. He felt that he needed to bulk up. If that
and
makes
I think
sense.
you're seeing that in his game as well. Like sometimes he runs to the defender to fight him. When I think that may be a little bit of you wanting to drag him away, but like, mate, come on, be a bit selfish, be a bit more selfish. Go for the ball. That you're going to drag him along anyway, and give him the barge, give him the shoulder, tug his shirt, grab his nuts, do whatever you got to do, mate. I don't really care. But sometimes you are running in for the battle, and you're mate, just run for the ball. Run for the ball. Like I feel like. It's not an Adi Akinbaye where he's coming in hench, coming in wham. But I've said it before, he's losing that weight. It's coming off. Yeah. He is getting sharper. His face is.
Yeah, Akinbaye became a caricature of himself. Like in the end, it was just like, bruv, do you even play football anymore? Or are you just blench? Are you just like blench? Is that what it is? Like playing? Was it Wickham?
Why? Just wham! Massive.
So
when Leicester.
After tonight, I'm setting up I can't think of the word now. But I'm going to write a letter to the FA to ask that corners be banned. So I presume my petition. That's what I was looking for. That's the word for a petition. So I presume you'll sign my petition, to ban corners.
I think it's a fair shout. Outlaw all corners, and anyone that questions it is punishable by death. Because
only for Arsenal though. The rest of us get corners. Just Arsenal are banned from corners.
I was okay. I think that's fair. I think let everyone else have corners. Yeah, Arsenal can't have corners. Anytime it goes for a corner, it's got to be a throw. And apparently we're doing long throws as well. So the throw has to be from the halfway line. Wherever it is, you've got to take it back to the halfway line.
No, you can only have one. You can't have more than one step for the throw. I'll let you have. You know what I mean? I'm going to allow a little bit here.
Only 2 throws per game for Arsenal as well. Like, I think it's fair. Because set piece are taking over.
But listen, it's a weapon. I joke with you. Obviously, every time you do score for one, I send you the message. Set PFC again. You should 100%. You should. I'd love it because it's an absolute weapon. I'm seeing teams actually like scared to put the ball out for a corner. I'm seeing defenders against Arsenal like, no, I'm going to do everything I can.
Not put it out for a corner. On your leg to slide to stop that ball from
going. You know what I mean? Like I'm not having it. It's a big weapon in the Arsenal repertoire. It's working, and it's up to set-piece coaches and first-team coaches of other clubs to figure out how to defend it. We all know what Arsenal are doing. They're whipping it into the box and having powerful players run into it. It's not anything new. You know, it's not like a revelation of football, what they're doing. They're just pinpoint crosses.
And they've found a player in Gabriel who's willing to put his body on the line every time to head that ball. John Terry,
obviously... He's got good tracking of the ball, obviously, as well, to get into the position. But still,
John Terry used to do it. Steve Bruce used to do it. Gabriel does it. They header, the ball like it's the only thing in the world. That's their meal ticket. They ain't eating for a week. You ain't taking this ball off me, and they go through it. And people don't want that. People don't want head injuries. People don't want that. And another part of it, it's all the build up as well. The whispering, as if they don't know what they're going to be doing at that point. And if they don't know, it's the delaying things. It's building that tension, that suspense for the other team, where it's not just taking a quick corner and then they're straight out. It's making everyone nervous. Controlled chaos. And look, Arteta gets pelters. Yeah, we love him. Yeah, 99% of the Arsenal fan base love it, and we want to win with him. That's why we get defensive when you talk about what are you going to do if you don't. Like, we want him to do it. We want it to be with Mikel Arteta. We love that people don't like him. We love that he's hated by other fans for no reason as well. Look at him cheering for his team to score. Like,
it's not no reason.
Get out. Maresca ran down the wing, celebrating, and he ran on the pitch like Jose Mourinho in the Champions League semi-final, quarter-final. Yeah?
Yeah.
We love to see that. We love to see that.
No, it's not that bit. That's not. This is this. I mean, listen. I'm not going to get. He's very performative, Arteta. He's also very. What's the word I'm looking for here?
Annoying to you lot.
Annoying's the wrong word. He's very. Performative's the word. Performative. He's very niggly. Like needily getting into.
And we love it. We love it because we're not liked anyway. So if you hate our manager, brilliant. If we get Thomas Frank, we like Thomas Frank. We don't like Arsenal. Shut up. It comes together. It's part and parcel. You don't like him. You don't like us. You don't like us. You don't like him. Don't give me that.
I was going to say quickly as well on the corners. You know the people that are like, ban the corners, ban the corners. You know the people that when they see the short corner, they just run into the area. You know, there's them people as well. So, but no, look, obviously you want to win it with Arteta. I get it. Like especially after the 5 years of people saying he can't do it, people calling him a coward, people saying you'll never win anything with Arteta. I get it, but like I don't want to see it. I can't lie, mate.
I know you don't. And although we had a moment yesterday, I am going to let you hear every last second if we win the league this year. Every voice notes, daily wake-up calls. Go! It's the best for the Premier League champions. Mate, this is what I mean. You don't want us to win it, because we have stored everything you said in there. Look, I just closed my eyes. User 4421. This guy's a fraud.
So
629. Arteta will never win anything. It's all there.
Should have done it 2 years ago, mate. Should have done it 2 years ago. 2 years too late, mate. 2 years too late.
Yeah, look, I'm preparing for it.
$1 short, mate. $1 short.
It's about time. When everyone was rubbish.
That's his job. That's his job.
Well done. Well done.
Before we bail, can we quickly touch on Ange?
Oh yeah. Look.
We all saw that coming.
We talk about frauds. I don't like using that term, but he's mate. I'm sorry. He's the worst manager. Yeah. And look, there's probably been managers that have done worse than him. There has been, but it doesn't make them any worse than him. Tactically inept. Yeah. Arrogant as well. Poor man management skills, from what I've heard from a lot of places. Yeah, and the cockiness without any substance. It's astounding. Apparently, he did a 5 minute speech before the game.
The Chelsea game. Yeah. He did any of it.
Binned at half time.
Yeah, bruv, the impassioned defense of himself in his career, it was crazy because it was like, bruv, you've got to win this game, and because otherwise we know you're gone. I mean, Marinakis. Well, oh god, I've got his name. That geezer, Mr. Marinakis. Obviously, he was out of his seat on the 68th minute, weren't he? Like the camera, Sky Sports knew what they were doing. But honestly, Sky Sports panned to it, and it was just an empty seat, and you're like, oh no. First in the first half. And this just shows you the whims of football, because Forest could have been 2-3-0 up in the first half, in all honesty, against Chelsea. They really could have done. Didn't take their chances, but I don't think that would have saved him. I think he was done no matter what.
Even if Forest were 2-0 up, we know how that ends. It's just going to be an epic game, and Chelsea are going to win it 3-2.
No, but even if they'd won, I reckon they would. I reckon he was gone. But have you heard that Marinakis is saying that he might manage interim until they get a new manager in?
That wouldn't surprise me. Evangelikos Marinakis is a character. We're never going to forget him in the Premier League, are we?
No.
Even at the end of the game, where do you think they should go next?
Southgate.
Yeah.
Dyche is where they're going, isn't it? That is where they're going. Listen, I've changed my mind on Southgate. Like I didn't want him at Man United because I thought we were better than that. We're not. What Southgate did with England proves that he can do it, and I think he deserves a shot in the Premier League. And like, if you want someone to come in and stabilise you, I think that's not a bad shout. Deitch, you know what you're getting with Deitch, and
yeah, I don't think it's the way to go.
I don't think it's the way to go. Exactly. Yeah, I don't think it's the way to go. Like,
you know what you're getting with him, but it's like in 2 seasons' time, your fans are bored of it. They don't want to watch that type of football.
I think he's a good manager, but just
he's a good manager.
Yeah.
He's a manager for a small team, not a frustrating small team. Let's be real here. They've won 4 European Cups. They're a big team. They come into the Premier League to reinforce, to go back to where they were. Maybe not winning the Premier Leagues, but to be a top team again. And I think and they were on their way to doing that. They were in the right direction with Nuno. So I think you've got to have a manager who's going to be an upgrade from Nuno, or he's going to be someone who's a similar type. I don't think Sean Dyche is a similar level manager to Nuno.
No. That's what I mean. Southgate isn't the same sort of manager, but I think he's a similar level to Nuno.
I agree. I think
you're actually right. You want someone more of his style.
Southgate. If you're going to go for something that's different, I can see why they went for a Marco Silva. I think he's done a very good job for Fulham, and I think he was unfairly moved on from Everton, because Everton fans can be like that. They get a bit like you give them something good and they want that all the time, which is understandable, but you got to remember who you are and where you are. And sometimes it's going to go in peaks and troughs. They did the same thing with Roberto Martinez. And look where Everton have been since. Got a Marco Silva, which is similar type to Martinez. And they've got rid of him, and they're back to getting in managers every other season. I
mean, it's crazy they put that engine.
Mancini. I think he done. I think he done.
Yeah.
I think he did a pretty decent, the average job in Turkey, didn't he? He done a very good job with Man City winning them their first Premier League. Excellent with Italy. He's a very passionate manager. He's a manager that he needs big players within his team. He needs to have that budget where he can bring in players, and I think that would be perfect for him. I would be going for Mancini.
Mancini's a great shout. If you want to take a gamble, other than we just said, I don't think he's on that level yet. But Michael Carrick, who's doing all right, good things.
I need to see more of Michael Carrick, because
same here.
Did he leave Middlesbrough in the end?
No, he's still there, isn't he?
Oh, is he still there?
There's rumours he was leaving. I'm sure he's still there though, man. But this is where I'm being a bit, because I don't really look at. No, he did. Yeah, 4th of June, he did leave Middlesbrough.
Yeah, he left. And Middlesbrough are actually on the up, I think, as well. And again, it's not nothing to do. It's his first job. Yeah, they're second in the league.
Yeah, Rob Edwards as well.
Yeah, mate, I know my league football. And they're doing well. So maybe Carrick's not ready for a Premier League team.
Yeah, I don't think he is now. Now I said that, yeah. I'm just thinking. Listen, taking Ange was the craziest decision to start with. And I actually, whilst I feel bad for Nottingham Forest fans, this is everything that Marcinakis deserves. To fall out with Nuno like that is crazy. Like when he's done what he's done for you. So
it's a quick learning curve. You can get out of this. Do you know what I mean? You've learned.
Definitely.
You've had your wrist slapped. Now go and get a proper manager. And Premier League
is a great shout.
Stop looking at Ange, because I don't know how you can think that it was acceptable for Tottenham to be a team that just missed out on Champions League the previous season, and the following season they are. If it weren't for the other 3 teams being so poor, they are in a relegation battle, and I don't know whether they would have survived that relegation battle because of the pressure that would have been on them. I think they could have potentially crumbled, and you've got a Tottenham team with a new stadium that are playing in the Championship, and that is a criminal, even for an Arsenal fan to say that. Like, that will be a disgrace. Like, what he did with Tottenham was horrible, and I was calling it out from that Chelsea game, but people weren't ready to listen. They were talking about breath of fresh air. You don't understand. I do understand. I do understand what football's about, and it's not about what we saw there. One thing I will back Ange on when he was at Tottenham was the way that he didn't like the way that Tottenham fans were towards not wanting Arsenal to win the league, and that their main focus was on Arsenal not winning the league and not actually their team potentially getting into it. Because that, as a manager, you'd be embarrassed that your fan base is thinking along those lines. But outside of that,
there's a lot of managers available at the moment, funnily enough. Like, I'm just having a look at the list. Joachim Low's available.
Oh,
Chavi.
yeah, but he scratches his ass and sniffs it, mate.
Yeah, no, it's Ballsack.
His balls.
It's his Ballsack, bro.
Disgraceful. Mate, do that in
So
your
low.
own time. Never. You may get the urge. You might get the urge to pick your nose. You know what I mean? Have a look at it.
That's
Don't do it in
crazy.
public, mate. Don't do it in public.
Ten Arcs, don't do that. Nottingham Forest, don't
that.
do that.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
But mate, if Ten Hag wants to go to Nottingham Forest to be better than Ange.
Oh yeah, Eddie Hutner. Eddie Hutner's a good. Yeah, Bruno Lang. But there's actually, like, when you're going through it, these are freebies. These are ones you don't like. Ruud van Nistelrooy is available. Not a bad shout actually. Ruud van wouldn't be a bad shout.
But I think Ruud van was at Leicester. Did he not carry on with Leicester, or he left Leicester, or did he leave Leicester?
Yeah, he left. They got relegated.
Didn't get a chance in the Championship with him, did he?
No, he left when they got relegated. Yeah, because I think it was a short term. I'm just having a look at like who's actually a freebie that you can bring in straight away with no compensation or anything. You know, Rui George.
I wonder whether the likes of Carrick and Ruud van go back into being assistant manager again.
Yeah, I think so.
Being an assistant manager at a really good team and having a strong staff.
Did Laurent Blanc get cancelled for something? Because if not, that's a great shout. Laurent Blanc.
He did.
Yeah, he did.
I'm pretty sure he did. He was a French manager.
I feel like he did. Yeah.
Paris Saint-Germain as well.
What was he? He was over in Saudi Arabia last. But
yeah, that's the place you go when you're fucking exiled, mate.
Yeah. I might be giving him a bad name here, but I feel like something happened where it was like, we don't talk about Laurent Blanc anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like nah. You know, we don't talk about Bruno and we don't talk about Laurent Blanc. You know what I mean? Great song from Encanto, just in case anyone wants to get that. We don't talk about Bruno. So yeah, but there's a lot out there, and if not, you go. But yeah, I've like you said, it's a character. I don't want him to leave Nottingham Forest, bro.
Yeah. This is 2011 French race trials, wasn't it?
Was it?
Yeah. Officials discussed implementing quotas to limit the black and North African players. Well, if you want to do that, you should have thought about that before you colonized their land and stole their minerals, and then made them sign contracts, which meant that they get discounts on uranium and stuff like that. I was talking to my wife about this the other day, because the French national team would be decimated if you started saying you couldn't have the banging trouble, mate. Even Zidane's Algerian, isn't he? Algerian.
Yeah.
Djokovic.
Vieira.
Like that's what he says. North African and black players. It wasn't specifically black players. It was players of African descent. It should have just said players of African descent. I don't know why it separated them. Where the other ones come from? Some of them come from Caribbean islands, didn't they? Or French countries, but still, it's.
But yeah, you know, I'm pretty sure Lilian Thuram is like is Caribbean island. I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong on Lilian Thuram, maybe, but there's enough of them that are the French.
Guadeloupe. Is it Guadeloupe?
Something like that. That might be right. You might be right. Exactly right there. Guadeloupe or whatever it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's crazy talk. I mean, we're going deep here. We're now back into 20. We're doing Laurent Blanc for 2011. You know what I mean? But still, unacceptable. Unacceptable.
Yeah. It's what it is. You live and you learn. He was young.
Yeah.
He was young. We all make mistakes. I mean, who doesn't say it when you're rapping at home on your own?
Fucking idiot. So, go on, prosperity. God dear.
Passport.
I believe that's what the kids call a self-report these days, isn't it? You know what I mean?
Dry snitching. Self-snitching.
Self-snitch, bruv.
All right. On that note, thank you for everyone who's joined us tonight. If you are a regular on the show, you best to press that like button. All right. I'm going getting away from the niceties. You're here every week. You press that like button. You press that share. That's how we do it. Yeah. If you're new to the show, hi, welcome. Press that like and subscribe. We appreciate it. Press that share button if you like, and make sure you come back next week as well.
If you don't like us, leave a comment and tell us why. You know what I mean? Just get the algorithm going for us anyway. If you want to,
and we're telling you what we think of your comment.
Tell us what you think about.
We're trying a new tact, yeah? 1,200 subscribers ain't enough after 4 years. We're only joking with you lot. We love you. We love you. We do. We do. We do. If you are on TikTok doing the TikTok dances, question is why? No. You live your best life, all right? But make sure you follow me while you're doing it. Kieran AFC and the Transfer Exchange Show as well. Catch me on there for daily content. Get in the comment section there and have your say as well. If you are into movies, TV programs as well, follow On The Line Media. Check it out. Good laugh.
As long as it ain't Yellowstone, because we'll have a conversation about that.
Yeah. Yellowstone. Do you know what my old man said? Sorry, you're getting into the last bits of the pod, as we always do. My old man said, because we were going to talk about what you're watching at the moment. I said, Dad, you watch Slow Horses? Obviously, my dad's a barrister, isn't he? So I was like, Dad, you watching Slow Horses? He's like, no, what's that? I told you about 4 or 5 times about this, Dad.
Yeah, sort it out.
It's like MI5 rejects, blah, blah, blah. Gary Oldman's an obnoxious boss. I was like, Dad, watch it. He goes, yeah. Are you watching 1886?
Oh, this is a spin-off, isn't it? Yeah. There's so much I hate Yellowstone. That's got Harrison Ford in it. That's Indiana Jones, and I ain't fucking watching it, brother.
I was like, Dad, that's Yellowstone, isn't it? He goes,
yeah.
Oh, yeah, I think so. I said,
Cowboy Strong.
What's it? I was like, that is the most MAGA program you could possibly ever get. I'm a more American cowboy style.
Yeah, well, it's got to take our land. Honestly, and then this is the go watch my video. You'll see what I talk about. They talk about the biggest cattle ranch in Montana. I've seen like 2 cows on it. Like, I swear, like two cows.
Beatings that a WWE wrestler would be in a wheelchair from, and the
Mate,
next day
I'm
turning up
away
to back to work because I'm a cowboy.
I was thinking, Kevin Costner had part of his colon removed in one episode. 2 days later, he's horseback riding. You're like, oh yeah, of course, yeah. Why? Cowboy tough. That's why. Get in the bin, mate. Fucking show. Like I say, they all get themselves branded with a big Y on the chest. People love it though. Listen, if you love it, fair play. I got questions. Why? Nonsense TV show. Watch Slow Horses. That's much better.
Yeah, go watch Slow Horses. Do yourself a favour. We do need to do another Below the Line Media pod. Just like maybe an update of shows because we've watched quite a lot recently and some good stuff as well. So if you are into TVs, movies, and films or whatever, go and follow that one as well. Thank you for joining us tonight, Garth.
Pleasure as always, mate.
Oh, I nearly set up the Man United there.
I thought you forgot. Honestly, I thought you got forgotten to speak. You know what I mean?
I had to check myself before you wreck
yourself. Before you wreck yourself.
I won't be doing that ever again. You got your Arsenal love yesterday. Pause.
You said it, kid. Liverpool got to come to Old Trafford yet, mate. You know what I mean? So there might be 2 points off.
Yeah. So we're going to see a double whammy. Oh, mate, I would love it. I would love it if Man United done the double over Liverpool. It'd be brilliant. Make sure you like, subscribe, people. Thank you for joining us tonight. Peace out. Stay safe. And wash your hands.